That just happened. Well, how's it going, everybody? It's Jay from Simple Woods Life coming at ya on this gorgeous day. Look at this gorgeous day. Look at it. Look at it. Miss Lady's out in British Columbia. She's out there on business, a place called Whistler. It's named because of the amount of people out there who are professional whistlers.
Believe it or not.
There's a whole community of some of the world's best whistlers, and they all lived and moved to Whistler. So they called it Whistler. That's, you know, places get names like that, probably. You know, there's Carl. You hear Carl? Trying to do a video, bud. The disrespect. Okay, well, turkey. There's a little bit of, sorry fly, I just hit a fly. There's lots of chores to do, which is pretty cool. Oh, and I've got sunscreen on, so that one's for you, Miss Lady.
What's up, Spring?
Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to get through this jungle. Can you see me? Did I make it through? Psych. Psych, not a jungle. It's transplant. Red bell pepper. The goal today, folks, and listen, we're gonna get to planting this garden. I put chapters in this vidya. I put chapters in this video. So if you want to jump right to the gardening, it says right there. Put your cursor down and it'll say gardening. Or if you're on a TV, click up and see the however you get to chapters, do that and it'll be chapterific. Okay? But here's the thing, friends, in order to get here, which as I look at these clouds, I don't know if we're here. We might just call it and come back in the morning. But in order to get here, there was so much I had to do. Okay? This was almost grown over because of no mow May, which I put an end to. And that's fine. You might say, oh, but Jay, no mow May, Jay, no mow May. And that's right. No mow May, no mow May. No mow, May. For Jay. When we had little kids, going outside was cool. And so we had a lot more lawn back then. As a holdover from our last place, which was on a substantially smaller property, we engaged in no mow May because around there, every single person was like, you know, frickin' Thompson's water seal. Nope, that's not it. Monsantoing up the whole place. So we would have our patch and we'd just let it grow for the entire month of May to help the bumbles and the deer and all the pollinators and just the you know, the rabbits and the dragonflies and I'm not gonna name all of the creatures, insects, herbivores, omnivores, porfivores. I'm not naming them all. But that's what we did. And then when we came here, we kept it going. Because we had cleared out quite a bit for, you know, the kids to play. Well, one of them's in his 20s, and the other one's a teenager now. So going outside isn't cool, man. In fact, Dad's outside? Oh, Dad, you're outside. So what I've done is I've stopped mowing all the mowing that used to mow. And let's be honest, Miss Lady hated no mow May. I love that one. We had over a foot of grass last June, and some of the dandelions were up 2 feet. And it's just awful. And with the increase in ticks that's going around here, I've already had a couple of ticks on me this year. We've let the meadows come in, and we don't mind saying to the lawn, you know, go, just go.
Go. I'm gone. Go then. Well, I am.
So we've gone from about 2.5 acres of mowable lawn down to 1. And there's all these little meadows all around the property, then the forest, then the marsh, then the river. Trust me, it's enough. It's enough. So in order to get here, I had to mow. In order to mow, I had to whipper-snipper. And, you know, of course that involves changing a line because I left myself a present. It's a gift I left myself last season. Hey! Happy spring, Jay. F you. That's what I said to myself. I was like, happy spring, you f. So I went down to the steel dealership and I bought the little replacement. So I got the whipper-snippering done, I got the mowing done. But anyway, in order to get here, we had to get the garden cart empty because I had all kinds of lumber in it from building the boat and various other projects and stuff. And couldn't do anything about that when we had the burn ban going on. I don't know if I should saw her in half or just let her go. Looks like I've made a decision. Am I happy with that decision? No. Probably should have got a saw. That's a big fireplace. I didn't think this one through. I mean, I did. What I did is I ignored the voice in my head that was like, no, don't do that, dude.
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
Hope that looks as dangerous as it feels. I'm a danger guy. I thought that was going to be so much cooler. Instead, I think I looked rather foolish, not properly planning ahead. And that was that. And then because the lawn cart was empty, I had some ashes I had to take down. And these ash trees, I don't know if you guys have the ash borer beetle where you are, sons of bitches. We had them injected about 4 years ago, which gave them about 4 years more life. One of them is just gone. She's dead. And hey, how are you? She's dead. And she's been crumbling through the winter. And we had a couple of really brutal windstorms and most of her came down. That's what we are cleaning up on the lawn. Once we get this cleaned up the drive here, it'll look a little nicer. And it'll look nicer for when my lady gets home. So that's what we had to clean up on the lawn. And I still have to take her down, but she's got a widowmaker limb that I figure if I tie a rope over it with a weight, I can yank it down. But I'm gonna wait for Miss Lady to get back because I do a lot of things that sound smart in my head, but I love running things by her because she sees a certain side to things that I don't always see. Not that I'm the guy, you know, holding a lit firework while I'm filling up the truck at the gas station, but I'm not that guy, if you know what I mean. So we've had the burn barrel going, we've had the fire pit going, we still have to burn all the rest of that stuff. We bucked the ash and brought it back to the wood lot and dropped it there for further processing. Oh, and we opened the pool. We had to open the pool too. I just wanted to get it going given the way the weather was flowing and the water was getting pretty browny green, so you know, click, snap, bing, bong, boom, bing, bow, root. And time lapse to blue. Now we got the pool doing its thing. I still have to balance everything, scrub it and vacuum it and the whole 9 yards, so like nobody's going for a dip today, but it's been a busy bunch of days to get to this spot where I can't now do what I want to do unless I want to do it in the rain. And I don't. Today I feel a little bit like I'm made of sugar.
Sugar J.
And you know what happens when sugar gets wet? It melts. I used to be, no word of a lie, 6'11".
6'11".
And I got caught in the rain one day, and so I'm not that tall anymore. Cause sugar melts. Sugar J. Write it down.
You sound insane. Do you realize that?
Bright and early in the morning, we'll grab a coffee. And that's how we got here. For the folks that sat through that story, all the power to you. But yeah, it's been busy. And you know, and there's also like life and work, and this stuff takes a minute to edit too. So I'll catch you on the drizzy drizzle, as the kids say. Crack-a-lackin', homies. We're gonna start planting our garden. Morning. Gonna do our peppers here. This is where we grew strawberries last year, and I just want to make sure those little sons of guns don't come back up. I'm gonna have to top this up too. The one thing with this raised bed hugelculture garden is as the wood inside the bottom. I don't know if you guys, it's in a previous video, but this is a big pit, this whole container, and it's filled with big logs, and then soil topped on top of that. So as those logs begin to rot, nutrients go back into the soil. That's the working theory as I understand it. But obviously as they rot, they, you know, get smaller in size, so the soil will start to go down. So we just have to top that up. Before Miss Lady went to BC, she couldn't help herself with a little putter, and she was the one who actually weeded this, so. But we still have the odd little strawberry vine, because we had dumped them back here last year. There's one, and they came vines all the way down. That was a bit of a treat. I moved them over to that raised bed. We'll weed that later as best we can. The intent here is to do our bell peppers all the way down. We've got red and yellow. I don't know, I think we got a couple of green, mostly red, mostly yellow. Equal red, equal yellow, some green. And then at the back, we're gonna do jalapenos. This fella loves a jalapeno. It would have been awesome if we could have done all of this from seed. We realized as we were about to start seeding that we were in over our head. And unlike previous projects, that was enough for us to go, okay, let's pause this. Normally we would have just thrown caution to the wind and created a headache and a half for ourselves. So I'm going to throw a little bit more of our professional growing mix, even though I am not a professional. They still sell it to me. And it's a certain type of soil. It's filled with dolomite.
Dolomite is my name.
2 tomato plants at the back, peppers. We're gonna do beans over on the trellis. We don't have any yet. The garlic's already growing. And then we've got a plant. We will be planting the corn by seed and the potatoes. I bought starter potatoes, so we'll cut those and we'll plant them there. Strawberries are already going. And then I'm gonna start a few of the herbs that I've got. I mean, you know, it's still really early. Like it's not even Mother's Day yet. So it's pretty wild that here we are, like opening the pool and getting into this swing of things. Man, like this is a first for us. There's years where we haven't even planted the garden until end of June, early July. Go figure. I'm planting them about a foot apart. Start with green at the front, then go yellow, and then go red. It's like a traffic light. That was my influence, eh? Was road safety. So we buy these locally from a nursery. They are wonderful people. Not that there's anything wrong with buying from like Canadian Tire or Loblaws or anything like that. Maybe not Loblaws this month, but okay, I've cleaned them up. Actually, brought a little measuring tape out and got them 11 and change from each other. So the jalapenos are a bit crowded at the back, but we'll see. I might have to transplant a couple of those into a pot or something. Next is our tomatoes, and we'll put them here, and then I haven't picked up marigolds yet, but we'll companion plant some marigolds because apparently they're super for pest control. Now, I'm new to the tomato world. This is like 5th or 6th year we've grown them, but every year we learn more. We're gonna do a bit of A/B testing. One thing I saw on the internets was to like take these bottom branches and just cut them, just take them right off, and plant it deep. And the other one was like, no, don't do that, just plant it the way it is. So one of them will take the branches off, one of them we'll just plant as is, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, one here, and then we'll do marigolds and marigolds to keep the pests away. Companion planting styles. So the thing I saw said to take these guys off. And to bury it pretty deep. Those roots a little massage. Go a touch deeper. Woo. There. And so we'll A/B test. Does that initial, because they're identical plants, right? So does that initial cut of the lower branches give us any sort of immediate notice in a hardier plant, a stronger plant? Because, I mean, before we've just planted them and let them go, and then we do tend to lose quite a few tomatoes in that method, so we've sort of been researching, like, what the heck? And it's so funny, eh? What's like just common knowledge to one person is, well, I'm trying them both ways. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what works. And here, bud, I am just tickled pink, as my grandmother would say, with how well these garlic are doing. Got a few weeds we got to get up, but man, I don't know anything about these things, but I planted them in the fall, like Joe from the Long Branch Homestead said, and I'm so excited. Look at these. I'll have to look into it a bit more, just to see if there's anything I should do. But if you guys have any hot garlic tips that Dixie and I can learn, you let us know, please. In the meantime, we'll just pull these weeds. I am so stoked. And then we've got where our beans are gonna go. And to be honest with you, this is just a mess right now of weeds and junk. I had built a rope trellis, which worked the first year, but wasn't good long term, and it wasn't high enough, so I'm gonna have to build some sort of another method. I think similar to what I did with the squash trellis. I'll do cedar slats. I've got lots of cedar left over, so. Last year's corn and potatoes. Now that